The past is gone. If you're holding on to something that happened to you in the past, I'm telling you right now to let it go. Let go of anything in the past that you don't need. It makes no sense to me why people would subject themselves to holding on to something that they don't need to hold on to anymore. It makes no sense to me why some people think it's okay to live in the past and to stay hating people in their past and stay believing that the things that happened to them, again, in the past, define them. You are who you are now. You are not who you were last year. You are not who you were a week ago. You are who you are now. And let it stay that way. I'm sick of sitting here and acting like it's okay to watch the people around me get so caught up in the past, in their past relationships, in their past friendships. It's terrible. Holding on to your past will do nothing but be a detriment to your own life. A good example of this is maybe an ex-girlfriend, an ex-boyfriend. That person hurt you. That person did you dirty. They broke up with you, on Christmas Day. Maybe, they threatened to do some things. They're in the past. If you cut contact with them, if you haven't heard from them in a while, then why in the world are you still talking about them? Thinking about them is okay. Two things can be true. You can know you're not supposed to be thinking about somebody, but realize that, you know what, I'm going to give my emotions a bit of time to heal and catch up. That's okay. What's not okay is to continuously think about them, to perpetually think about what your ex is doing, to perpetually talk to your friends about what they did to you. And don't get me wrong, talking smack a little bit is awesome. I love a bit of smack talk. I think everybody does, but we really have to stop acting like it's okay to talk about your ex a year after they broke up with you. Especially when you get into a new relationship, when you are finally ready to enter that, are you really going to keep talking about your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend? Let's say you don't love them anymore, right? Let's say you don't love your ex anymore and you're past that. Why in the world are you still talking? What benefit do you get for talking about them? You don't get anything. They don't get anything. All that happens is they become stuck in your head and you can't move on. I had a friend recently and he had a pretty rough experience with his ex-girlfriend. He couldn't help but talk about her because what she did to him was kind of messed up. Not kind of, it was very messed up. Something I realized is that in talking about her with him, he continued to think about her. The phase of moving on, the grieving process, it was all delayed because he continued talking about that person. And he kept talking about how he wants to stop thinking about her. He kept talking about how what she did to him was so messed up. And now she's with this guy and it's a crazy situation. And I realized those two things were affecting each other. The fact he was talking about her so frequently was the main reason why he held on to thoughts of her for so long. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be a situation that happened, in your family, maybe just in your own personal life. But if something happened to you in the past, a way to purge it is not continuously talking about it. That's not the way to purge something that happened in your past. That's not the way to stop thinking about something that happened to you that, frankly, you didn't deserve. The best way to stop thinking about it is to realize every single time that person pops into your head, you tell yourself, you know what? Yeah, I am thinking about them. Why am I thinking about an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend who cheated on me? Why am I still thinking about them? I don't know, but I am, and that's okay. But I know that eventually I won't, because they aren't in my life anymore, and my brain will stop associating things around me with them. The world is not sending you signs of your past. The world is not telling you to, talk to an ex. You're just thinking about them a lot. You're just thinking about your past a lot. So please recognize that you can think about people in your past. You can think about a past situation and still work at moving on by not recognizing it and just leaving it in the past. The past is gone. Anchor yourself in the present. Another example was a friend of mine who went through a pretty nasty case of harassment. It wasn't sexual harassment or anything, but she got yelled at pretty strictly by a couple of customers at the place that we work, and it sucked. She said that she couldn't stop thinking about it and that she had to go to therapy for it. Now, I want to make a little side note here. If you treat people who work in customer service badly, don't do that, please. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what's the real reason you're getting mad at the 18-year-old server? Is it really because your food is cold, or is it because, you dislike something about yourself? Anyway, sorry, I had to go on a little tangent. if you're mean to service workers. But anyway, it was really hard for her to leave it in the past. It was really hard for her to leave a situation like that in the past. But maybe about 3 or 4 months passed. But for the first month or two, she said she had to go to therapy for it, and it was a crazy situation that she really didn't deserve to go through. The weird thing is that she really brought it up every single time she talked to anybody at work. It was almost all that she talked about. She found a way to slip it into everything. And one time somebody confronted her about it. Hey, why do you talk about it so much? Are you like okay? And she said, it was just so traumatic. It was such a bad experience that I really do feel the need to bring it up a lot of the time. And that's okay. You're okay to feel that way. You're okay to want to talk about it. But I just remember that after that day, I don't know if she said it to herself and then she realized, or maybe she talked to her therapist or talked to a friend, a family member, whatever it was. After that day, she stopped talking about it. At first, I felt a little bit guilty because, wow, she's not talking about a traumatic experience because somebody told her not to, and it's this whole thing. But again, a couple months passed, and then we asked her, hey, how are you feeling, by the way, about what happened to you? And she just went, I left it in the past. And I realized that that person doesn't define who I am. Those people and the way that they treated me, they don't deserve to control what I do tomorrow. And I thought that was amazing. You deserve to rant. You deserve to talk about it as much as you want if you really went through something traumatic. But I'm telling you, letting people in your past control your future, it's not the way to go. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve to control the way you think about the world. So why are you letting them do that? Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Let's see, these zombie villagers were made. Yep. Okay, we just need to do one more. All right, awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one kind of came from the heart a little bit because I had a lot of personal experiences with this, and I think I might make a follow-up video similar to this at some point in this channel's history. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, I appreciate it, and if you didn't enjoy it, go to the comments and tell me. I feel like I have to say this more frequently. If you don't like something I'm talking about, or maybe you have a point against it, or maybe you want to argue against it, or maybe you just want to bring up a point that I might not even have thought about, tell me. I'm open to criticism and everything, dude. I don't take anything personally, even if it's like a harsh criticism. I really do try to look at it objectively and improve. So tell me anything. Seriously, I'm not gonna take it personally. Know you're loved. Know you can choose to be kind today, tomorrow, and the day after. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you guys later.